Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis. And guys, today we had an overall choppy day. You can see on this 15-minute chart, here's what's today's price action. And after yesterday's beautiful trend day where we dropped from 400 all the way down to 391-ish, both show some type of follow through with a gap down. We went as low as 387.2-ish, but overall we had a choppy day. Okay, this is typical stuff. When we have a trend day, what comes after the trend day? We usually get a chop day, or after the trend phase we usually get a chop phase. Okay, we have more chop phase more than we have trend days, if you guys can't already tell. But you know, it was typical. We get a $10 move or a $15, $20 move in one direction, then we get a follow-up day where it's a chop day, and today was that textbook chop day. Okay, so why do we have chop days? It's to build strength so that we can get that next trend day or that next trend move, the next leg up or the next leg down. We shall see what the SPY decides to do. Okay, looking at the daily chart here, you can see that SPY continued. As I said, the bear showed some follow through, with SPY continuing to take out some support levels after yesterday's amazing bearish price action. Okay, we closed below the 50 daily moving average, and we also lost that 390 level. That's that yellow line right here. Okay, so while we are getting some more bearish price action, I do have a bullish warning for you guys. Okay, this is not a prediction, it's just something that I feel that we should watch out for. Okay, so let's prepare. So okay, we're gonna get straight to it. Here on the daily chart, I said SPY continue to show some bearish price action by closing below the 50 daily moving average and closing below that 390 level. As I always tell you guys, we look to short when we break down support. We look to long when we break out resisted level. So looking at this daily chart and losing these support levels, that's usually a bearish sign. When it's usually bearish, that's when you want to look to short. However, my bullish warning to you guys is this. We have a big red candle yesterday, correct? Okay, big red candle yesterday. Today we have a doji, an indecisive candle. Now remember, I talked to you guys on Tuesday about this candle right here, how it could be potentially forming an evening star pattern, candlestick pattern, which is usually a bearish reversal. Okay, an evening star pattern, you usually get a big green bodied candle, then you get an indecisive candle like this on a doji, and then the next one you get a big body red candle, which played out pretty well yesterday. Now today we got that big body red candle. With today we got another doji, as you guys can see here. Okay, be careful. My bullish warning to you guys is be careful that this morning star pattern plays out. Okay, because if it does play out, tomorrow could be a trend day, but to the upside. Tomorrow could give us that big green candle to the upside. Okay, that's not a prediction, that's not a spoiler, it's just something to watch out for. Okay guys, so let's get to the bull case scenario and let's get to the bear case scenario. Since I mentioned the morning star pattern today, I'm going to start off with the bull case scenario. Then when I'm done explaining that, I'm going to talk about the bearish case scenario. So please watch both of them. Okay, let's do this unbiasedly. Okay, so bull case scenario is this. 390 was the level that we lost today. This yellow line. Recapture 390. That's a false breakdown setup. I would look to long if 390 is recaptured. 391.5 is the gap fill. If that recaptures, look to long. Okay, that will put 393.5-ish in play. Okay, and also the 395 to 395.7 zone. That's the 23.6 Fibonacci level from October low to December high. You guys, if you guys been watching my videos, you guys should have all my levels on your charts already. Okay, the 200 daily moving average is around 396.2-ish, and then I have a critical level, of course, at 398ish now. 398ish, that's that yearly trend line that everybody talks about. If that clears, 400 is back in play. Okay, that's the bull case scenario. Now, like I said, watch out for that morning star pattern. If it plays out tomorrow, tomorrow could be a bullish trend day, big green candle, but it has to start with recapturing 390 and 391.5ish. Okay, if it doesn't recapture 390 or 391.5ish, bull case scenario is not in play. All right, so bearish case scenario is that this breakdown holds. Okay, as long as it stays below 390, the next critical support level that I got is 386.6. Okay, I have support at 388 as well. So if 388 fails, 386.6 is in play. That's the 38.2 fib level from October low to December high. If that level fails, I'm going to favor a test of this multi-month trend line at 384.3. It's at 384 now. Okay, this multi-month trend line starts from October low, and we have about 6 touches in December. So we're watching to see if we're going to get that 7th touch. I have a feeling that 7th touch could break down, but I have to break down 384. If we break down 384, that will be a breakdown of this trend line, and it would be very, very bearish. Keep in mind, this trend line, we most likely have a lot of stop losses under this trend line, okay? So watch out for the area of liquidity. In my opinion, there's definitely an area of liquidity based on that based on this uptrend line. Okay, so in that blue zone, it could have a bunch of stop losses set up. If market makers look to go stop loss hunting and then they recapture this trend line, that's a false breakdown setup. Okay, that would be pretty bullish. Okay, but we're not talking about the bull case, we're talking about the bear case. All right, so stay bearish as long as SPY is below 390, the next critical level. All right, 388, but the next critical level is 386.6. If that failed, 384 is in play, which is the multi-month trend line. If that fails, we can go back and test 380, and I got a critical level at 376.7-ish. If that failed, we may go back down and test 372. That's a 61.8 fib level from October low to December high. Okay, guys, you guys got my bull case scenario. You guys got my bearish case scenario. Okay, please play it unbiasedly and let's make this money. Bah! Triple Q here. Triple Q. All right, I mentioned yesterday about that 277.5 level. Triple Q gap below. It back tested it as resistant though and found some selling pressure. Okay, so we're seeing a role reversal in this level. Okay, it was support, then it acted like resistance today. That's pretty bearish, if you ask me. Now, to show continuation, I need to see this yellow trend line. You see this yellow trend line? We have multiple touches on this yellow trend line, both as support and as resistance. Today as support. So break down this trend line tomorrow at 274.5. Break down 273, and it would be very bearish, putting 269.4-ish and 267 back in play. Maybe even lower, okay? Below 264.5, get bearish, guys. I'll get bullish again if it can recapture 275.5 in the critical 277.5 level. Above 277.5, definitely look to long, put in 280, 283, and 285 back in play, all right? IWM, yeah, it shows some continuation. It closed just a little bit below this trend line that I got, okay? This purple trend line, I had this triangle pattern right here on IWM. We broke out of it back on Thursday. We closed below with a few cents yesterday, but it did show some follow through with this gap down. However, it did bounce off of a support I had at 180.7. So right now, resistance is at 182.5, and based on this purple trend line, 183.5. So for me to get bullish on IWM, it needs to recapture 183.5. I would definitely look to long if that level recaptures. Put in 185 and 187 back in play with 190 above. All right, as long as it stay below 183.5. Okay, the next critical support I got is at 181.8-ish, and then that 180.7 level again, which defended today. 180.7 fail, 177.5 and 174.4-ish is in play, guys. Let's look at Tesla. Now, looking at Tesla here, looking at this orange line, you can see this. I had it around 123.5, but I made some adjustments on that level. So I have that critical support at 124.3-ish, all right? It respected that level today as a support. So tomorrow, if Tesla breaks below 124.3, look to short, okay? 122.5-ish is the gap fill with 120, 117.5, and 115 area liquidity down there would be in play, okay? So 124.3 look to short. Resistant is at 128. 128 clears. I got the next resistance at 131.5, 132.5, and then 136. Apple, yeah, I had support at 134.4. It defended that today, okay? So next resistance at 136, 138. Needs to clear 138 to put 140 and 142 to 143 zone in play, okay? Look to short if Apple breaks down 134.4, put in 131.5 and 129 with 126 and 124 below that in play. VIX, nice long wick on the VIX, but it did close higher than it did yesterday, okay? So there's support at 20. If it breaks down 20, 19.4 and 18 is back in play, okay? Stay above 20. I need to see it break above 21.8. 21.8. Yeah, 22.5-ish and 23.5. Those are the resistance levels that I got on the VIX, okay? So stay above 20 to be bullish. Get back to bearish if it breaks back below 20, all right? DXY, bearish day. VIX closed higher than yesterday, but DXY is messing around, about to close lower than yesterday. So there's that support at 101.9. Let's see if DXY can break that down to look more bearish. But if it wants to look bullish, it needs to get above 103 and 103.6 at least. Okay, let's end this with the option flow filter for 500K premiums or above. Hits 80% into puts. As far as SPY is going, seeing very little into calls. There is one right here over 7,800 in size, 500 over 593,000 in premium. 415 strike price for February 17th. But other than that, we're seeing a lot more puts than calls. QQQ 93% into puts. Yeah, I'm seeing some people saying even smart money can be wrong, but they only say that when smart money is against them. But when smart money is with them, they believe in smart money. But yeah, I mean, you guys do what you want with this information, but there it is. Tesla 83% into puts. Apple 88% into puts. VIX 100% into puts. Okay, got a little split order here. 39 strike price, very in the money puts. Alright guys, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys found value in that. If you guys want more content from Uncle Charters, please consider joining my Discord. I would love to serve you guys at a much higher level. Let's make some money in this market. Other than that, have a good night, good evening, and peace.